Welcome to Mommy Issues, a podcast where an ex-reality TV star mom
and her reality TV loving daughter
bridge the gap between their generations through celeb news, all things Bravo,
and their own personal mommy issues.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mommy Issues. My Christmas tree is on and we're ready to go.
And you are on.
I'm on when my Christmas tree is on. When it's off, I'm off. When it's on,
Okay.
I'm on.
Well, thank God. Thank God for electricity and Christmas trees. And
yes. You. And me. I am a Christmas tree. How are we doing?
We're doing good.
Yeah?
It's good.
It's good?
I'm good.
Okay, great.
Like surprisingly good?
Okay. Honestly, same, which is weird because
Mercury's in retrograde.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Started today until January 1st.
Okay, let's take a deep breath, okay?
But I'm aware of it. So like things that are like malfunctioning, like a lot of tech stuff, like if you read for your sign, a lot of tech stuff will malfunction for me and like things like that. And I'm just like,
you're just a little, yeah.
Retrograde, whatever.
So I had a really hard time listening to last week's episode because I feel like I came in so hot and my energy was so all over the place. I'm PMSing. Spoiler alert.
Like it came in like what? Attacking me?
No, not you. Attacking everybody. Every opinion I had was like, and I hate them and they're stupid and they're I was like, I was like, I don't even want to release the episode. I'm not kidding. John Liam came into the room while I was editing and I just closed my laptop and I said, I don't think I can do this today. Maybe I'll see it tomorrow and feel differently. And I saw it the next day and was like, oh, I hate myself. Like, I just came in fiery red.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to
do you ever sit to edit and think, I can't put this out because of me?
No, actually. Well, sometimes, but at least you'll say stuff in the middle that I can be like, I could just cut that out.
That is a violation of my First Amendment and a violation.
No, it's not.
Of the First Amendment of all the people listening who may want to take this in and then repeat it, which would be free speech.
Don't bring the amendments into this. Don't bring torts and shorts into this. Okay. It's fine. If anything, I'm saving you. Okay.
You're saving me from being canceled.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm all that to say, I'm going to calm down today. Like I have opinions, but they don't have to be so violent. Okay. They're not going to be so violent today.
Are we, let me see those earrings. What are they? Are they pink?
They're pink with a little pearl. I got these at a vintage shop for.
You're so sustainable.
Way too much money. Okay. Let's get into highlights and lowlights.
Okay. My highlights. I feel like Pinocchio and like Geppetto. We're a real podcast.
Are we talking about it?
I think we should.
Oh my God, guys. Then we have some big news. I was going to ask you if we should talk about it, but
yeah, why not? We have a contract.
Did you sign it?
By all parties. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Guys, we're legit then. Welcome to the most legit podcast you've ever heard in your life. What will happen with this legitimacy? Who knows? Will anything change? Who knows? But it doesn't matter because somebody saw interest, that they had an interest in us and they said, I'm going to get those girls before they blow up. So we are legit. Yay!
We are legit.
And listen, it happened before the end of the year, which is crazy and fun because then now we can really, I feel like by the end of next year, we're going to see what happened, like if anything at all, but it doesn't matter. It's a good
I think it will. Number one, we're already doing something that we like, that we're proud of, that we're, it is what it is, right? It's our thing. It's not really because it's not super produced. It's not something, a work we're proud of. We are proud of sharing ourselves. And, some people like your sister sometimes thinks, oh, you shouldn't share so much. And I get that. We both are okay with it. And we, in the time we've been doing it, I have felt no backlash, no using it against me, no anything. Our listeners are super receptive to our
psychoticness. Yeah. Anytime we've been vulnerable on this podcast and like open, it's always well received. And I'm just to defend Gothi, it's because I will divulge too much during a podcast and then have an emotional
Well,
hangover.
but no matter what, she would never do it either. You know what I
No,
mean?
I know.
They're very private. They're not on social media. They're
Totally.
not on whatever. And so that's not for everyone.
No, I know. I
That is
just
not for
mean
everyone.
Gothi says that because I tell her like, "Oh, I should be
Oh
more
yeah.
mysterious." She's
Yeah.
like, "Then don't talk about your shit so much." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay." And then the next episode,
It's
I'm
just that
like,
she doesn't realize that what I say right now, I mean, I'm gonna change my mind about it later
"Oh,
in
I'll
all
change my mind
likelihood
about it
because
by the end of the episode."
you overthink, you know, and it's circular and it's ridiculous. But
Yeah,
I'm like, what happens is that when I go like this and we're done, I don't think about it again.
I
And I
know.
close my laptop and it never, and I don't edit, I
And
don't
is
do any
that
of that.
good? Is that bad? We don't know.
I don't, well, I think it's good because it's like, this is what I had to give you today. And I
Yeah,
hope you accept it in the
I
spirit
hope you
which
accept
it
it.
was intended.
Mhm.
And
That's all you can do.
that's all I can do. And so that's it. Like I didn't say a lie or I didn't whatever.
Mhm,
There's no
mhm.
worry about, oh, are they going to catch me in this or they're going to whatever, or did I act that out? Well, no, it's
Okay.
just you being you.
Can you point your mic to the ceiling? Now
Yes.
talk? Yeah, that's how you're supposed to talk, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It has
Thanks.
to
I
be
think
erect.
maybe now I'll never forget.
No,
Thank
for
you for
real.
that.
And
No,
by the way,
never. I'll never
you're
forget.
welcome.
Yeah.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get into highlights and
I mean, you know,
lowlights.
might as well. Good. I mean, you know, if you're
Oh,
gonna be be erect, don't be faking erections around here. We want you at attention.
mommy, give me your highlights and lowlights.
That's my highlight. That
Okay.
we're
Oh,
a
right.
real.
Yes, yes.
My low light is that yesterday, women all over America or potentially the world came down several notches away from the
Oh,
glass ceiling that we
mm.
were just about to. And
That
I
we were
hate to get ahead
just
of
about
myself.
to.
Yeah, we were right there. It was
Oh, were we?
cracky. It was whatever. We didn't bust through it yet, but we're back down
Yeah.
because a woman on national television, albeit reality TV, has not only been okay with her husband rating her on a scale from 1
Oh
to
my
10,
God. It was so
she's
outrageous.
not only okay with her husband rating her, she is
Excited.
happy with the ratings and proud of the fact that her husband rates her. It in things like her brain, her body, her athleticism, her whatever, you're an 8.5 across the board. We will get more into this later, but that's really my low light.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That I cannot, there's a
It was
lot
a
of
lot.
stupid things we watch on TV and a lot of stupid things that come out of the mouths of these women in particular. And I'm sure I've said many stupid things too, so I don't want to leave myself out of that.
You have.
But yeah, but
Yeah, it was
to
bad.
be okay with it's so
We're
I'm
gonna
just
get
so
into
surprised
it.
by it.
We're gonna get
So,
into it.
but that is my low light.
That's from Beverly Hills episode for anybody
Yeah.
who doesn't know, but we will jump into that right away, actually. Okay, just quickly, my highs and lows. My highs is I wrote down we have good things coming in the new year because I didn't know if we were going to talk about it. So my high is the same thing. Also, my high is I went to my best friend Jackie's house for like a little Christmas appetizer wine hang last Sunday. And she has a friend who reads tarot cards, and we all got our reading. And it just, every time I speak to a psychic, every time I do a tarot card reading, every time I pull a card from my moon deck, everything always says the same thing. And it's always like really comforting to know like the universe is always just trying to tell me something. The universe is actually trying to slap me in the face and being like, wake up, bitch. We're all saying the same thing. Why can't you see it? And I don't know. I just like, I love getting readings because it's always like, okay, I'm on the right path and we're headed in the right direction. Even if I'm not exactly there yet, we're going down the right road. So my high was honestly that tarot card reading made me feel like really good about finishing off this year. Because I was like, it doesn't matter if it doesn't happen next year or 5 years from now. I know eventually I am meant for something. I know I am. I know I am. And this year is
What do you
about
mean?
work.
You are meant for so many things.
No, I know, but
You're a mom.
no.
No, you're a mom. Like that is so big. We
Oh my
really know
God.
how big that is. What a
I know.
privilege that is.
But I
You know, I
think like Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you something that I read in a book yesterday that
Good book.
talks about how have you seen flamingos in person, right? Have you seen that some are really, really pink and some are like
I know
very
this.
light
Flamingos
pink?
lose their pink when they give birth.
The mothers, the
Mhm.
mothers give everything.
Mhm.
You know what? This is like a visual of what happens to us mothers for real.
Yeah.
Gives everything they have to their family, to their kids, to whatever, that they lose their color. You can physically see it, the bright pink and the mother. And so, um, you're meant for that
Look, I
because
got my
you're
pink
really
back.
good at it. You know what I mean? And you enjoy it so much. So
I
I know you're evolving and you have more to do, but you are meant for many things.
Yes, I know. And I think like when it comes to readings like that, you always have to go in with an intent of being like what do you need to hear right now in
Right.
relation to love, career, I don't know, motherhood, like anything. And I
Mhm.
think my whole life, not my whole life, a majority of my adult life, I've struggled with what I'm supposed to do career wise. Not like I've been so lucky in love, like finding John Liam and building a home with him and working on a relationship and having a baby, a healthy baby at that. Like I am rich as they come. I'm the richest woman in the world in love and luck. But when it comes to career, I struggle. So a lot of my readings of and the intent of my question is always like, what am I supposed to be doing? I don't really know. Like, what is my purpose on this earth? So it's always nice to be reaffirmed that there is a purpose and you're headed in the right direction. Even if you may not know what that is yet, there is one. You just don't quite know it yet, you know?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if it ends up being this and being a mom, great. I'll be happy until I'm
Yeah,
not.
of course.
Just kidding. But yeah. So that's my high. And then my low is so stupid, but I have to use every single minute of every single day. I'm a working woman in my 30s and it ain't easy. When I tell you, I used to like clock out, like after I finish work, I'd be like, okay, I'm done for the day. But with the podcast, with my work and stuff, I'm not done with my day probably until like 10:30 at night. And then I'm like, okay, I guess I'll work out now because I want to move my body. It's important for my mental health. And now I got to do a shower. You know what I mean? I use every moment of every
Yeah.
day. And it's not a bad thing, but I'm pretty tired and I'm probably going to get burned out soon.
Yeah. Wow.
You're 30
I'm
but for
exhausted
working.
listening about the like at 10:30, 10:45 at night, work out.
Yeah.
What is that?
But it's not because I'm like because my body is so important.
I know,
It
I
is
know.
so
That's even
crucial
worse.
for my
That
mental
makes it
health.
worse. The fact that it's not even a superficial reason. I
I mean,
mean,
it
it's
helps,
yeah.
that
Yeah.
like keep it tight, but no, it's just a nightmare. Anyways, that's it. I really only have for gossip one thing, which is what you told me. Kim Zolciak is pregnant, which is like,
I don't think it's true though. David told me
oh,
that that's clickbait, but
ugh,
it was on
okay.
her thing. But I don't know because it was a picture of a sonogram with the things circled,
Yeah.
the date and all that, but
Should we look it
she's
up right
been
now
getting
to
in
see?
trouble for clickbait lately.
Yeah, I mean, I bet. Kim Zolciak Bierman. Why does she still have Bierman? Isn't she divorced this
Not
man?
yet. She's not divorced yet.
Um, no. She hasn't posted anything else about it.
She took it off. She took it down.
Oh, she's so
Yeah, she's she is
ugh, okay, whatever. Never mind then.
quite quite
Let's just
parched.
jump into Bravo bullshit then
Okay.
because let's talk about Beverly Hills.
You
Let's
go.
talk
I've
about
said my piece about that.
well,
So, before we get into that one, let me just tell you the only thing I noticed on Beverly Hills, which was it was jarring to me, is was watching Kyle FaceTime Morgan Wade and the coyness and the flirtiness in which
oh, they're
with
flirty.
which she like interacts with her by FaceTime. When we see her on FaceTime constantly with her other friends, she's totally smitten by her.
She's smitten.
Whatever smitten means to anybody. I don't know if it's a sexual thing, if it's a just in love and awe and whatever, but wow, she's
But
like,
this is what I'm telling you, like what I said last time, it's Kyle is getting the attention that she's not getting from Mauricio from this woman because this woman is probably attracted to Kyle.
yeah, right. Yeah.
So regardless of whether they've done anything or Kyle likes women now or whatever, she's getting something that she's been missing from Kyle for a while, or from Mauricio for a while.
Yeah.
Did you see that kiss between Kyle and Mauricio in the beginning of the episode? Nothing has, I mean, it was as stiff as they come. It's
Oh,
like,
I didn't
and then
watch the
they
beginning.
like zoomed right past each other. It was so
Where was
awkward.
this?
It was in like Mauricio's office or something. She
Oh,
was just like leaving and he was like, okay, mwah. And then she was like trying to like get past him and he was like, what do you do? It was just so uncomfortable. And it was clear that they have not kissed or touched each other in
no, and then right,
forever.
in forever.
And they were trying to just kind of like, I think them
She's
having
got
these
the
scenes.
ick. When you get the ick for a
Yeah.
man,
But to get an ick from your husband,
no, you
I'm
can
sure it
get an ick from
happened.
your husband. Oh God, of course it
Yeah.
can happen.
No, I know, but I mean, it looks like she was just so into him for so long, and now she's not at all. I think she's just like she got
But I'm
sober
telling you that,
and looked at her life and said, "Wait,
right,
what?"
right.
That's what
Yeah.
happened.
Yep. That's
It's
exactly what
sad.
happened, and it's gonna interesting to see how it turns out because I think this is a very real storyline. This is not
Oh
anything
no.
fabricated or exaggerated. In fact, it's so really very real.
Well, that's the other thing I was going to say about Beverly Hills. Like Kyle opening up about her best friend who took her
Committed suicide.
life.
Yeah.
And like her opening up about that and then talking about her marriage, like Kyle's going through it and she really is so open about her life on this show, which I appreciate a
I appreciate it
housewife
too.
being. And it's like there's no fake anything about it. People who say that this is all made up, that's crazy. This
Yeah.
is not
No.
made up.
No. No. It's not.
She's going through it. Which is why I'm also like, if the Morgan Wade thing is true, if she ended her marriage with Mauricio and they're all donezo, and this is true and she's happy, great. Because I think so much has happened to her this past year that she
Great,
can,
and they should show it though. I think they should show it.
I,
I think women in their 50s think that their life is at a dead end and that they can't
yeah,
do whatever. I listen, I'm very conservative when it comes to these things. So for me, the whole thing, and I have to be honest, I don't
just being
know.
with a woman
Right. I
thing.
don't know if I would feel differently if she left him for a man. And it has nothing to do with homophobia. It has to do with me understanding her decision. So is her whole life been a lie up to now? Did you just turn off the switch? Or is there something about this that seems like a fleeting midlife
Midlife
crisis
crisis.
rather than, and so if she fell in love with a man because she has always been with men, so that makes sense. And she's madly in love with the guy and it seems like a decent guy, not like 12 years old or something, I'd be like, okay, more power to her. She got herself out of an unhappy situation.
But because
The-
it's a woman,
because it's a woman, it makes me think that she's just going through something and that she's going to snap out of it and regret it and hurt herself and Morgan. That's one thing. And then the fact that it's so not what she, you know what I'm saying? She's
that
always
could,
shown us to be a heterosexual
yeah,
woman.
but that could be true. But it's like, I mean, classic Gen X boomer stuff is repressing feelings
Right,
of
exactly. Exactly. No,
homosexuality. So
I,
it's very, very real that she could have pushed that down forever, knew that she needed to be with a man. She has been married. She's been with a guy since forever, since she was a kid.
since
Didn't she get
17,
married
I
at like
think.
18?
Yeah, that's 17 or 18.
She
Yeah.
never even had a chance to explore anything else. And I think that's like, I don't know. I think I think a lot of women right now, like Sophia Bush also just left her husband for a woman. These women who never even got a chance to explore anything. And now it's like it's so okay and encouraged for
Yeah.
people to just like be with whoever you want. It doesn't matter, male, female, non-binary. Just like if
I
you
think
feel
I think that
attracted to somebody, go be with them.
I think that honestly, for the first time I've started to kind of understand um that we don't see certain things because we've been socialized to not feel those things. And so we
Yeah.
pick a mate based on what kind of father, what kind of whatever provider, whatever
Yes.
it is that we look for. But we don't think if that person fulfills all those other tiny things that we as women need more than men. just
Yeah.
because there's so many emotional triggers and deep down, things. And so, like, I can see that as women have become more evolved psychologically, that they're going, but wait, this
Yeah.
hole is empty, and this
I
hole's empty, this hole's empty. Who's going to fill this? And then
Mhm.
you relate to a woman in a different way, and then now the things,
And then
and I
your
think
hole
it
gets
happens
filled.
older. Yeah, and I think that it has to do with older women, because you're not only thinking about childbearing years anymore. Now you're
Right.
thinking about the other things that
Well,
you
because
and
all that stuff is gone now. You've already done it. So now you're
but
like, am I supposed
yeah.
to spend the rest of my life with this person who like doesn't I don't really like anymore, who I can't even
Mhm.
have a deep conversation with because they dismiss me
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
they don't care about the same things I care about,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
You grew up at different rates, you evolved at different rates, and
Yeah,
that
you
it's
outgrew each
very
other.
hard to stay like this, like this, like this.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
you that's why they say marriages work because you have to force yourself, not force yourself, but you have to stay at least if you're going this way, I'm going to at least veer off a little bit this way to meet you there.
right, exactly,
Like you
exactly.
got to both be growing. It doesn't matter if you're growing like at different if you're doing different things while you're growing, but you both have to be growing to make it work.
But you have to be talking in between to say, "Hey, I'm thinking of going this way," not like by the time you look up, they're
They're
gone.
gone, right?
Wow, all
Right.
these metaphors
Wow.
about, I guess, my marriage.
That's marriage advice from
Yeah,
Mommy Issues. You're
yeah,
welcome. That was for free.
yeah,
So,
it was free, but next
um,
time, maybe not.
yeah,
Maybe it'll be an
next
ad.
we're okay. Don't get ahead of yourself. Okay. Anna Marie. What's her name? Anna Marie. Anna Marie was talking about was had a little pod in
Oh,
this
that woman.
episode about her family life, her husband, and she said that her I'm going to tell you exactly what she said because I wrote it down because I
Of
was it
course you
was
did.
so I posted it on our story because it was so unbelievable. He said, he's like, you're not a 10 in looks, you're not a 10 in whatever, in cooking, but you're a solid 8.5 at everything you do. And he's like, not a lot of people can say that. And then she said, oh, wait, I think I got a 9.5 on my body too. And she went like this, like
It
she was so proud
it
of it.
it is just so awful.
It's
Like,
so,
so awful, the fact that even she's really excited that the bot I mean, and she also, I guess she says a lot of women were after her husband. I don't know, is he a famous something, NFL player or something like that?
I think he was a football player. Yeah.
Okay, and so that everybody wanted him, but that when he met her and this and that, and then and sorry, ladies, I got him. Like,
Nobody wants
her
him.
value is so tied into this idea she has of herself that it's just it's terrifying that, that will not survive 3 seasons of Housewives. That marriage is over.
Well, she's not going to survive even one season of Housewives.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
she's
that much.
very, very annoying. I don't understand. Look, she's a nurse anesthetist, and I respect them. I personally prefer an anesthesiologist with me in an
Okay.
operating room, but I'm not saying that they're not qualified, but they are not doctors. And a
No, they're
real
not.
doctor would never spend any time in a social setting giving diagnosis. Only somebody very insecure that wants to show her knowledge of medical terms.
No, she's
I
just
I
trying
can't.
to start dumb drama to make sure she's staying in the group and it's coming off as desperate. I think we see through it and it's not working. Like I actually liked Anna Marie
I
until
don't like her. I
like
never liked her.
she was introduced and I liked the tennis thing or the paddle tennis thing that she did with Kyle and I was like, okay, I can get into it. And then the second we found out about her, she like revealed stuff and I was like, no,
Hater.
no, no, just no. I feel so bad for her because she must be getting I can't even imagine what people are
No,
saying
no,
about
yeah, they
that
they
because
must
it's
hate
so
her.
sad. And eight, if your husband is telling you that you're a solid 8.5 and you're excited by that, that's bad. Like maybe he's a realist, whatever, but you should be if he should be lying to you and saying you're a
Of
15.
course. Of course. It's
That's
so crazy.
ridiculous. And
Uh,
not a lot of people can say that.
and not a lot of people can say
Let me
that.
tell you something.
Yeah.
A lot of people can say,
Yeah.
I'm a solid 8.5 right here in a
I I
lot of shit that I do.
I cannot even believe that. I have you seen anything written about it yet, or it's just they don't really care? I
No,
think
but
that
I'm
we're
not on
shocked by less
Twitter.
things now.
I know. But I was just like, oy vey, oy vey. Anyways, yeah, that was Beverly Hills. Oh, and actually, no. the other thing I had was, does Sutton really believe she started her business without financial help?
Listen, this is the chicken or the egg story, but it's not even because the husband owned the chicken and the eggs. So
She's out
never
of her
could she
mind.
have created something from that.
She also is acting like having a store is like the most incredible achievement of all time.
And it
And
doesn't mean that it's working. It means that
you
she's
have the
paying rent.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that she has the money to cover the losses every month. I'm sure that that doesn't do that well.
No, not at
Unless
no.
she has these ancillary businesses growing out of that and some
No one
big
goes in there.
e-commerce, nobody goes in there.
Nobody goes in there. And like them, her friends being like, it is a huge success to be here for 4 years, and Kyle being like, I had to shut down my store because of rent. Sutton has all the money in the world. Of course she's not going to shut it down. She doesn't. And that's like, I don't know, whatever.
But she shouldn't have said that.
Her claiming she did it on her own was crazy. And I love the producer being like, did you use any of your settlement money? She's like, well, of course. Of course. Of
And how
course.
does she do? But because women who have gotten big settlements believe that they earned that money.
I
I'm not
believe
saying they
that
didn't. I
too,
didn't
by the
say
way.
that they didn't, but that's where that comes from. It's like, what do you
Totally.
mean? That's my money. I earned it. I put up with a sorry ass, or I helped him with this, or I hosted these, whatever it is that
And I
you,
think that that's fair, but to claim that it's that you did anything on your own when it's actually not your money, come on.
it is her money though.
But
By the
it's
way, I have a real problem. I don't believe in alimony. I believe in rehabilitative alimony and temporary alimony, but I don't believe in alimony forever.
for 18 years or
18 years, no, till the person dies. Okay, no, this exists
I didn't know
because
that.
yeah, like Ken will forever have to pay.
Don't talk about your
No, it
personal
doesn't
stuff
matter.
like
But
that. It's
no,
crazy.
I don't know. I don't care. He doesn't care. He has to pay her forever.
Yeah.
Forever. And so she not going to get married again, not going to whatever, because she's just
Why would
chilling.
you? Yeah.
Why would you? Exactly. So, um, so yeah, so I don't believe in that, but I also believe that you earned it. I've seen many women earn it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Sylvia, my friend Sylvia, for example, she helped him build that. I saw that. I saw that
Yeah.
she's the queen of networking, and just people are drawn to her, and his business grew to what it was because of her.
Because
So
it's
to
her.
me, any money that she got, she earned it and then some.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess that's fair.
So
All right,
yeah.
fine, Sutton. Congrats. Congrats on the success of your store, Sutton. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, let's do Miami. First of all, before we get into the episode, did you see that Lenny Hochstein party that people were trying to sneak in by like swimming to the
It
party?
caused chaos or something.
What is that?
What is
Why?
that?
But why?
Well, he's always look, he's you've seen that he hardly talks and he's very like weird,
Mhm.
but he loves a party.
He loves a
He
party.
loves a party. He loves to be surrounded by women. It's like
He
whatever.
wants to
It's
find
probably
his next victim is what it is.
I don't think I just think he likes to be adored. Remember his God complex. I met his parents. They're awful people who tortured him. And he was a prodigy doctor. He became a doctor at like 16. And it's been a very like weird, lonely life for him. I'm serious. It was just psychoanalyzed him back then. And I had opportunity to speak to him. He is now what he thinks is a demigod because he was on top of the fact that his parents told him always that he was the greatest. Now the world is telling him that he's the boob god. And then the fact that he's being rewarded with millions and millions of dollars now justifies all this. So he's like, he wants to be surrounded with a harem of women. He, wants to be with the most beautiful one, that's all he wants. And so they have shared so much of their life on social media that everybody in Miami thinks that they're big celebrities and it's the party. Like he has the most important party in the world.
I wonder, like, for the people who are swimming to that party, they were in dresses. Like, what was the plan?
First of all, I don't know what the plan, but right now, with our ecosystem, I'm not going to get too into it. You're going to get in that water by Miami.
No.
Sharks. I mean, that's
in the middle of the night.
Party for party.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you can pay me enough money to go to the party, landed on the rooftop in a helicopter.
Yeah, no, it's a hard no for me.
No, and by the way, we've been to his parties.
Yeah,
but it's just a big disjointed group of people.
It's
more than half
just
naked now.
it's just because he's associated with Housewives of Miami and like the whole drama with it. I feel like people just want to have an in to like see it all
Yeah,
IRL. Like that's
yeah.
it.
And he thinks that the woman he's with is just a goddess. And
Which
he's
he
just,
will think that until maybe a couple of years from now, and then he'll be like, "Who are we looking at
oh, I think
next?"
she's going to leave him. And you heard it here first. And I cannot wait.
Oh, I can't wait either. I hope that
That's
is
what's going to,
true.
oh, of course it's going to happen.
Hmm.
She's not going to sign a prenup.
Hmm.
She'll get married and she might sign a prenup, but if she finds somebody more rich
And
and for sure
younger.
younger and better looking, because he's not even like a great looking old man. He looks like
He's
he looks like
gross.
like a like
A chode.
like a like a little tadpole.
He looks like a sachicha.
Yeah,
Do you know the
he
sachichas?
looks like a papa rellena.
Oh, papa rellena.
Yeah.
But
He
papa
looks like a
rellena looks better because it's
well,
good.
yeah. At least it's good. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the episode. What do you think about this? Not what do you think? Let me tell you what I think first. Marisol hiring a private detective on the girls and her being like, me?
But
What? I've
it's
never
so
seen
funny.
somebody lie through their teeth so poorly. Like
It's her lies are terrible
for
and when
somebody to like for somebody who's like such a bad person and probably does such bad shit, you actually have to become a very skilled liar then
yeah,
because
she's very
you're
bad
going
at
to
it.
be presented with this type of shit all the time. Girl, get yourself a coach, an
Yeah.
acting coach.
No, well,
Let's
she
get it
has somebody
together.
that writes her lines and stuff. The problem is that her little lines and zingers, if you want to call them that, are very rehearsed. And then
Mhm.
sometimes she places it right in the perfect place with the perfect timing, but sometimes the timing's completely off and it just uh, she she's lost it.
I
You know what I
couldn't
mean?
believe the private detective stuff was crazy because there were examples like somebody following Anthony and stuff.
No, and that did happen.
And the voodoo doll with the X and stuff.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
Marisol was on Watch What Happens Live, which by the way, she said that she was on Watch What Happens Live for 14 times or something. Is that true? That's not true. She's been on
14
there for like
times?
once or twice.
No. Well, she's been on many see, what do you mean? She said I've been on 14
She said
times?
she's been on 14 times. That's not possible. It's actually not.
Okay.
I don't know anybody who's been on 14 times,
This is
but
so easy.
I just Google it.
IMDb. IMDb. It tells you.
Okay, well, while you look that up,
Uh-huh.
she was put on the spot by Andy on Watch What Happens Live of like tried like it was called like Marisol, and it was like questions asking her like, "Oh, is this true? Is this true?" If you had tied this woman up to a lie detector test,
No,
the
it's
lie
just
detector test would have exploded because of the lies coming out of her mouth, and it was so cringy because you could tell.
no,
It
you could
wasn't
tell.
even
Everybody
like
could tell. And not only
sort
that,
of maybe, it was all lies. It was
everything was a lie. And but the funniest thing is that you don't even need a lie detector. When I was in law school, your dad and I both took a class called scientific evidence, and they teach you
I took
there
that
is
too
a
in law school.
typical thing that people do. They look down and to the side when they're lying. They look away. Certain things. Her whole body language. Every word out of her mouth was a
She
lie.
was so
But her
uncomfortable.
default is to lie. She just, you know what I mean? Like the first answer for her will always be a lie. Everything about
Her
her is deception.
Yeah,
Everything about her, like when she told me, "What, you don't have a Finsta, like a fake Insta?" And it's
yeah.
like, no,
No,
why
because she has so much time on her hands that
she
like
does
she
too much
doesn't
time.
so much time on her hands that she's on fake Instagram accounts commenting and doing all this shit, and then she's like putting voodoo dolls in the freezer. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
She
We're
became
all in
so obsessed.
reality.
She became so obsessed with that Novikov guy, and I have to tell you, I don't know that Novikov was ever that into her. While he was with her, he
What
was
is
dating a lot of other people. My friend Ingrid Hoffman, the chef, he dated her and was like obsessed with her at the time when. So I don't know why she thinks that guy owns like one of those restaurants that's like a party restaurant.
right? Well,
He's
that's her
French.
dream.
He's very successful. He's good looking.
Oh, is this the
She's
one that was on Housewives?
no, no, no,
Oh, okay. Not the
no.
one
She.
she
Oh
the
no,
big
Philippe. No. Um, you know what I mean? He's like,
he's a
she's
whatever.
like a has-been housewife, Cuban, Miami, doesn't own anything. Like, why would he want to be with her? You know,
Mm,
it just doesn't make sense. Maybe he had a very bad, head injury for the time that he was with
wow.
her. And
Okay.
then he recovered, and then he goes, "What the fuck is this?" and ran,
Now it
which
sounds
makes
like
sense.
you're PMSing.
Okay, wait, let me tell you.
Did
I've
you
got
find
the
it?
IMDb right here, and Marisol has been on Watch What
14
Happens Live
times.
6 times, including yesterday with Crystal.
Okay.
6 times.
But
IMDb.
why? But why
Why?
lie?
Why lie? I don't understand.
But I guess because it's her. Like, what are you gonna do?
But I mean,
I'm gonna stop
how
eating,
do
I
you
promise.
pull? I mean, is it 14 times how many times you've watched it? How many times you've thought of it? Or is the 14 times how many times you begged to be on?
I don't understand.
She's confusing it.
She must be thinking maybe about BravoCon stuff?
But BravoCon is even here. There's only one BravoCon here, but that is not it. She's talking about this is
Mm,
my 14th time on Watch What Happens Live.
well, I
So
don't
she's
know.
got right
She's
there's yeah,
she's
exactly
the
6.
Lulu.
The first one with me and Alexia, then
Okay, we
with
don't have to go
Shannon.
through
Yeah,
it.
she did
Okay.
6, exactly 6. So 14. That's so weird.
Julia said in the episode about Marisol, if you ever cross her, she will find a way to punish you. And it was so like ominous. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa,
But I
spooky.
believe that that's true. I believe here's
The
another thing.
Santeria.
If you watch the whole Watch What Happens Live, the Santeria thing, I know for a fact it's true
No,
because
it's
she's
true.
recommended the woman for me to go see her, and then you pay the woman like money to do these trabajos, whatever. I'm not. I respect all that stuff. I swear, I do. I maybe respect is not the right word, but I
Believe in
don't
it.
mess with it. Yeah, I don't. I believe that there is
Neither.
black energy and white energy. You know what I'm saying? Like dark and then there's other things that's like white magic. It doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? You do your little saging, you do whatever it is. You want to put somebody's name in the freezer. That doesn't hurt anybody. But the stuff that she does, which I know because I know the lady she went to, sacrificing animals, the
Oh,
blood of animals, the
no.
go get the eyelash of an owl. Like what the fuck? You know what I mean?
The
Like
eyelash of an owl.
yeah, like really weird things like that. And then she said on Watch What Happens Live, if if it were true that I did all that, none of us would ever have to worry about Adriana again.
That's scary. That was a scary thing to say. Also,
Do
her
you know
story.
the subtext there is like what was she would do whatever she would have her like she would die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. You understand?
She also like to claim that it's not something that she does when like her whole storyline in the
Of
beginning seasons of
course.
Miami with her mom was
Yeah.
that. Like
Yeah.
we know that you're into that stuff. Like don't
She's
deny it.
very into
Just
that
be
stuff.
like, yeah, I like I grew up with Santeria stuff. It's a very Cuban thing, but I haven't done it on
Yeah,
any other girls. I'm
right.
teaching her how to lie.
Yeah, but she can't because her eyes, she's shifty, she's nervous, she's trying to stay engaged. They gave her the first seat after Alexia made the scene or whatever, but then he proceeded to pretty much ignore her and only talk to Crystal,
Dude,
you know?
the way that I don't Watch What Happens Live anymore unless like somebody I really want to see is on there. But like the way that he treats certain housewives is like you
It
can
depends on the
tell which
day.
ones are
No,
in the
yeah, you can tell.
doghouse in a
Right.
way, or like just I don't know, just black
Uh,
sheep of housewives. And
Yeah.
I do think Miami is that because he was like that with Alexia and he was like that with Marisol last night.
Yeah, I think I thought he was nice to her. I thought she bombed like she always does because she goes too prepared. You really can't prepare for stuff like that. And so she has her little lines, but she got stuck a lot and she didn't come across well. She came across
No, man, and I don't think Marisol does well without Alexia. And by
yeah.
well, I just mean like
Oh, and
the
by the way, when
whole
he asked her about that, because you know how Alexia had her moment on the show where she asserted herself against Alexia? I mean against Marisol?
oh yeah. I only
Yeah.
watched the first act of Watch What Happens Live, so I don't know what
Okay,
happened.
he asked her about that, and he goes, "Listen, I think he said, bro had an off moment. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She
Oh,
doesn't whatever."
whoa.
And then they asked about the sleeping with Todd, would have to ask for permission or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and this was very rehearsed, but she skipped a little bit. You know what I mean? Like her timing was off. It could have been good. She said, The only person she has to discuss who she's going to sleep with is me. And whatever,
Mm.
and she, whatever diverted the whole your attention to something else. But she's still bombed, she's still like,
It doesn't,
she just
yeah, she
not,
just
she's very, she comes across very disingenuous,
because
very
she
disingenuous.
is. Well, she's not a
Right.
good person. We
Yeah.
really rip on Marisol, but it's because she sucks,
She's
guys.
really,
She
she's,
really, if you like Marisol, I want you to know that you're in the wrong. And I don't mean that in a mean way towards you. I just mean like her character is bad. Like inherently, she's a bad person. She is. And like
she is.
you can see it, and it's all kind of coming to light. I feel like this last episode really kind of had everybody being like, oh yeah, no, you suck. You're like, you're
Yeah.
evil
Oh
and you're
no,
mean.
people are done with her. And I'm glad that they didn't lump Alexia in with her, that
Yeah.
Alexia's having at least moments where she shows, I'm this, you know what I mean? I'm my own person, because she really isn't really such a sucker like that with Marisol in real life. She's not. I don't think
She
so.
just Marisol has a hold over Alexia. Like she's
Well,
like her
because
master.
because Marisol has a PhD in Housewives. She does. She knows more than Andy. She knows that the network should hire her. Seriously, she knows every nuance of everything, from the pop culture to the every emotional aspect of it. She knows everything. So Alexia, who doesn't want to read or any of those things, she's there to listen to this information, but
Right.
she filters the information for how it can be most convenient for her and keep Alexia loyal.
Mm.
And Alexia's fallen for that. But I think
Many a
she's waking up.
times.
I think she's waking up, and it's the best way to save her a spot on this cast
I think so too,
is to
because
separate herself from Marisol, and every viewer sees that.
yeah,
Every viewer, she got married to this guy in a rushed ceremony right when they were casting in Tulum. And because she had no storyline, because Elsa was gone, because she doesn't have children, because she doesn't have whatever. And what happened, the
which
guy,
unfortunately is kind of the way it works in Housewives world. Like
that is the way it
you
works.
do need a storyline in a
Right.
way. Like look at what's happening with Garcelle. Like Garcelle's storyline is kids, period. Like it's
Yeah.
her going to dinner with her kids,
Which is great.
her going to dinner with her kids and the kid's girlfriend. Like that's kind of Garcelle's only storyline,
Yeah.
which is very, by the way, weak.
Yeah. Bad
Super,
for television, but
super,
I like it. Yeah.
super, super weak because she's not doing anything else except throwing daggers at everybody because she's
Yeah.
like, I'm a housewife. This is my job. And
Yeah.
like for Marisol, she needs to have something. She's
Yeah.
married, period.
Right. So
She's
she married this guy he is a very nice guy. I know I have friends in common with him. I don't know if people have said that he's gay. Maybe.
Don't
I
out
don't know.
anybody. You can't do
No,
shit
but
like
I'm
that,
saying
mommy.
I don't know
I
if he
know.
is or he isn't. But regardless of whether he is or he isn't, it was a marriage of convenience, mutual convenience. There was
Yes.
an agreement there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah,
Whether they're
yeah.
roommates or they're lovers
Drinking
or
buddies.
whatever they are, it doesn't matter. But it was an agreement. And the problem is that he has not kept his side of the bargain up because he is flat on TV.
Yeah.
Flat. You
But
don't but you know what I'm saying? Like she needed somebody like a Joey Gorga.
yeah.
She needed that. Or
The
like
thing
Todd was
is,
at first.
right. But I was gonna say I think the reason why it's probably okay this season is because Todd took a step back from the show. So did Anthony. So it actually kind of is fine that what's
No,
her
but I'm not
husband's
talking
name?
about this season. I'm talking about from the beginning.
Just
From the
generally
beginning when they
speaking.
came back. Right. He was supposed to be significant because her sidekick was Elsa, which
Yeah,
was bigger than life. So,
true.
this guy, he hasn't measured up. We really just see her.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing like whatever. She just looks
Making a
batty.
cocky,
Yeah, whatever.
breaking her arm.
Right.
So
Right.
bored.
Just yeah, she's very boring. She honestly adds nothing, and people want to like Alexia.
I want
People
to
are,
like Alexia.
but no, but I'm saying like even the ones that don't like her
Yeah, they're like,
don't need a lot of convincing to like her,
because she doesn't, it's not like she's
because you can tell that
conniving.
right. You can tell
She's
that the
pure.
mastermind is the other one.
Yeah, like
It's not
she
even like a central brain. It's one brain you know,
telling the other brain, do
yeah,
this, do this,
yeah.
do this. Yeah. It's not, yeah, I agree. I think people are more inclined to like Alexia for sure.
I think that the liking of Alexia is so closely tied to it. I think people want to like Alexia, but they would feel bad if they liked somebody that ran around saying, I'm a star, I'm this, I'm that. But if you have somebody to blame for her bad behavior, now you can feel good about liking Alexia again. And so there has to be a casualty of
Yeah.
this war, and I think it's Marisol.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
Ay,
I
Dios
I
mío.
see I see I predict maybe not now this season, but that eventually Marisol and Kiki will be out.
I
Both
mean,
of them are excess, you know, like Kiki, where she just goes on and she says something out of left field for just for whatever shock value, you
yeah.
know? She'll say, "Oh, I like whatever. I always have a dildo." Like, whatever. It's just ridiculous.
But it's
And
bringing at least comedy. Like there's elements to the show that are necessary for it to work, and comedy is one of them. And these women take themselves too seriously. So
no, I know, but the ones
there
that are
is,
doing
can I talk?
comedy,
My don't let me talk ever.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
my God. Kiki brings an element of comedy to the show because all these women take themselves way too seriously. And then who was the other one that you said? Oh, Marisol. Yeah, Marisol needs to go. Marisol
Yeah,
absolutely needs to go.
yeah.
But
Well,
I
you
don't know.
think Kiki adds more.
I think
It's
she's
just there's too
funny.
many of them.
She's just wild. She just says stupid shit. But Kiki's a friend of as well as Marisol. So I think it's good to have Kiki as a foil to the other girls. Like they just add something. It does something, I
Yeah.
think.
I
Um,
think I think that they're looking around for new people.
I think
So,
they are too. I told you that. I don't think we talked about when it was announced that you were going to be on an episode. Did we ever talk about that last week? I don't think so.
didn't we?
I don't know. Well, obviously, my mom is going to be on this an upcoming episode, not this week, next week, 2 weeks from now,
The
whatever.
27th.
If you haven't guessed it already, it's about Marisol. Okay, it's like spoiler alert. It's about
Spoiler alert, yeah.
Marisol. And I
Um,
honestly like as horrible as what is coming up with the episode you're in. I mean, who knows how they're going to edit it? I don't know what they're going to put in, but as horrible as the information that is divulged in that episode is, I hope that it at the very least shows people Marisol's true colors
yeah.
because that's really like there it's not like a random assault on this woman
No, of
every time
course
we talk
not.
about her
No, this is a pattern of
this
behavior
is
over the years.
this woman is a monster. Like she's an evil person. And yeah, I need people to get off the Marisol train. Anybody who's still on it, like holding on, just let go.
I
Let
honestly
go.
I honestly don't see a big train.
Well, that's all I had.
That's all I had. Oh, I wanted to say also because I wrote a note about some of the okay, about on Watch What Happens Live.
Uh-huh.
Andy asked her about is it true? So it's true what Leah said about you being into Santeria, and she goes, "Who?" And I'm
Oh,
like,
like acting like she didn't know who
"But
she
that's not the
was.
point. That's third grade shade." You know what I'm saying? It's so lame. That's it. That's all you've
Let
got.
me explain this to you.
I mean,
Every housewife, like the Alexia, the Marisol, the Adriana, actually not Adriana because she's actually smart. They think that because they are on this new season of this show that you guys were
that she
once
can
on,
forget. Right.
that because you weren't on it with them now, you're
You
so
don't
irrelevant.
exist. Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
even on this earth. You're so irrelevant. And it's like, bitch.
They're so, but they are wrong because people are clearly bored with them when they want like cameos. People are dying for Joanna to come back, for
Dude,
Leah to come on
it's
again.
not even that. It's just like, what world do you live in where you think that this is really all there is? Like
Oh, that's their
I
no,
mean,
but that's their world. They
I
live
know.
these sad, artless lives.
Well,
I'm
we've talked
telling you.
about this. Like they really did when that show was canceled, whenever it was like
They just sat by
2015.
the phone.
They sat and her Santeria, I don't know what she did,
Oh my God, she
but
did so
they
many things.
really did nothing but wait and beg and wait and beg and then have
And she
other
would go
people.
sending gifts to the pot boys and sending, you know,
Mhm.
she went to LA, let's get together. She's great at that. That's
Listen,
why she was in PR.
it worked.
It
It
worked.
worked, and I'm glad it's
I
back
am
'cause I
telling you,
love
if
it.
I will tell you, she's probably the one who single-handedly worked the hardest to bring the show back.
Yeah, I believe that.
100%.
I believe that. She should get
But
10% of everyone's check.
but she's crazy.
Ella es
She's crazy too
loca
much.
pa' carajo. Pa' carajo, por carajo.
I am not even gonna teach you that when you don't speak Spanish well, you're gonna learn the bad words. No, not on my watch.
Should we do a quiz?
Do I have a quiz? Maybe
You
I
don't
have a
ever
quiz.
have a quiz.
Oh, sometimes I write things down because I was told that I needed to write things down.
I'm sorry I've been eating. I don't know how to not eat. It's
Oh,
like
I've been eating too. I was so hungry.
I have a
I'm still
power bar in
hungry.
front of me and I'm just like, I needed to eat it.
Oh, I don't know why.
You can't think of something off the top of of the dome?
No. Let's
It's really
see.
dark in this house. You can't tell because this light is shining so brightly on me, but it's like gotten dark. Gotten dark. Gotten dark. It's
Okay, I don't.
gotten dark.
All right, you asked me a quiz.
I have a question for you. Mm, let me think. Let me think.
Or if you want, I'll just give you a Spanish thing.
Ugh, it's honestly like kind of depressing how bad I am. Just give me something in Spanish, I guess.
Okay.
And I'll decide if I want to do it. How's that?
Okay. Well, I think let's tell people how excited we are that we are part of, that we're going to be a hosted, promoted, distributed
God.
podcast now in Spanish.
Honestly, it would be better if I can like write it down in English and then get the translation and I could read it for you. Because I can read in Spanish.
This is not a reading comprehension
Okay,
test.
all right. Mira, niña, nosotros estamos muy emocionadas porque estamos, this is the issue.
Pues somos parte, you could say that.
Somos parte de una producción y eso es increíble porque empezamos este podcast marzo 2022 y nosotros no sabemos, no sabíamos,
No sabíamos.
no sabíamos. Nosotros no sabíamos,
No sabíamos, like you said it the
no
first time.
sabíamos. With the wrong emphasis and the wrong
The wrong
syllable.
syllable. Yeah.
Lo que este podcast va a hacer. Y ahora, nosotros no sé lo que es, pero alguien puede ver algo que nosotros no podemos ver.
Right.
Y por eso estoy
Agradecida. Agradecida.
Okay, it wasn't so bad. Were you super impressed with emocionada?
I actually really wasn't that bad at all. And that was a hard topic.
Sabíamos. Hold on, go slow.
Sabíamos.
Where's the acento?
I. Sabíamos.
Sabíamos. That seems wrong. I think you're wrong.
Sabíamos.
Okay, but that one came to mind.
It came to you. You had
that
it
is
right.
a hard verb.
That was like the conjugation.
Tense.
The gods of the conjugating must have spoken to you.
Yeah, they did. Oh, wait, let me give you an update on my TikTok, my viral TikTok.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's not that crazy, but my TikTok, obviously, everybody knows it went viral. Remember when I talked about it and I was like, I got 1 million views? I have 4.5 million. Okay, so everybody just sit back and relax. I went to my messages and I saw that I had requests for messages. And I was like, well, what's this about? And I finally got what I've been looking for, which is basically people like sliding into my DMs being like, I want to have sex with you. And I'm like, thank God somebody is saying
Beba,
something.
I'm so proud.
Thank you. So somebody said, your boobs look amazing in that video. I said, thank you.
No, you didn't. You can't respond to that stuff. No, you didn't.
Somebody said, who to father? And I said, John Liam Stapleton. Somebody called me a bad mom because I was discouraging my daughter's quote unquote sight. And I said, okay.
I love that you're giving us the responses.
And then I got other requests on my Instagram saying, hi, you're fine as can be. I saw you on TikTok. And I said, thank you. And now my TikTok has gone so viral that I'm getting the spam, like the spam bots being like, click here for hot single girls. Like I'm that TikTok viral girl. Like, yeah, click on it. Guys, if you're here, click on it. 4.5 million views, baby. I have plateaued though.
You have.
Yeah.
You know.
And the issue is that I can't post another TikTok because I can never compete with myself. So
no, you can post another TikTok.
I have not posted another TikTok.
I know, but that's so ridiculous.
Months. I know I can't, but every time I'm about to do it and I'm like, even though a lot of people have started following me because they're like,
and now they're waiting.
She's a creator. She's a creator.
She's a content
Wonder what
creator.
her boobs will look like in the next video. Like shocking, like spoiler alert.
Did you
it's
really
gonna
say
be bad.
thank you to the guy that said your boobs look
responded
good?
To everyone. I am a woman of the people. You know why? Because people probably expect like viral video. This girl's so famous. Can you imagine opening your DMs after you say, hey, your boobs look amazing in the video. And then the girl responds back saying, thanks.
Did he respond again?
No, but he did see it. Whatever, dude. It's fine. Don't tell John Liam, by the way.
No, of course not. Nobody will know.
Thanks for listening, guys. Follow us at Mommy Issues a Pod on Instagram, at Beba_Rod, at Anna Cooks, QOKS. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on our Apple Podcasts and leave a review. I don't know. God, who knows? Things. Maybe you'll hear an ad soon. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Why don't you do for us just as a sample ad of what they might hear? Just a short little thing.
Guys,
we want them to be prepared.
I know. Okay. I'm giving it to you. Guys, we are so excited to be sponsoring with one of my favorite brands ever, Athletic Greens. I use this. Hold on. Why are you laughing? I use this every morning. This is the one thing that gets my bowels moving. And girls, if there's one thing.
You know what I'm talking about.
This will make you shit your pants right in the morning. Throw away the coffee, get your Athletic Greens, and sit on the toilet. Okay. Thanks for listening.
Use code BEVA20 for 20% off.
Use code MOMMY for 20% off on your next order. That's MOMMY, MAMI at checkout. I listen to so many podcasts. I'm telling you, I'm going to be so good at it. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Love you.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Look, I'm going to forget about everything now.